Hey, my name is Devontae Giles, and I am a special education teacher at Livingston Junior High School, located in Livingston, Alabama. This is my first year of teaching, and it is very amazing. Today, I will teach you guys about an online tool called Testmoz. So, let's go to that website. It's www.testmoz.com. Testmoz is an online tool that allows teachers to create different tests and quizzes for students. They can choose up to 4 different types of questions, and those questions are multiple choice, fill in the blank, true and false, or multiple responses. Test models also allow offers automatic grading and detailed report on those tests. In that detailed report would include the student's name, the score they made, the time they started the test, and the time that they finished the test. Testmoz is free and it do not require the teacher or the students to register. However, with the free version, you can only create a test with up to 50 questions. If you wanted more questions, then you would have to register for $20 a year. In order to register, we will go to login. Trying to go a little slow. Log in, register, and you will fill out your information. And once you register, you will have unlimited access. Testmoz can be utilized in the classroom in many ways. One way is that teachers can use Testmoz to give informative or formative assessments. This is very beneficial because it gives instant feedback, so the students will know what they got wrong once they press the submit button on the test. Teachers could also use Testmoz to give students quizzes or tests to take home as like something like an open book test. They can, while they're at home, they can log in and see who is submitting the test, and the students can know what they got wrong or right, and they can also use that as a study tool because it gives them the correct answer if they got it wrong. The teacher could also assign students in the classroom different sections of a chapter, and their objective may be to teach the class the section that they had to study. Well, a good way to make sure that they are teaching the class everything, he or she could have show them how to create a test mod based off the section of the chapter that they were assigned. This website would allow them to create the questions and test the students to make sure that they are listening and obtaining what they are teaching. This in too will engage the student because it makes them the center of their own learning. It makes each student the teacher, so that I think they will be motivated to do this because students learn best from one another. Students could also use this as a way to test students' knowledge after they give any presentation, like for as a Black History project or a science project. Now, many may be wondering, how do we build a test? Well, let me show you. We will go to make a test. You have to enter the test name. For example, we will enter end of year. We end of week. You have to choose a password. Be sure to remember this password because if you lose the password, there is no way that you can recover it. Once we press continue, we will go to questions, add new questions. First thing you probably want to do is choose the type of question you want. You choose, like I said, true or false, multiple choice, multiple responses, or fill in the blank. We're just going to choose multiple choice. And we're going to ask them what day is today. And we will put just some days. And you would click on the right answer. Once you have that, you will go to save and add new questions. Give another question. What will tomorrow be? Click on the right answer. Save. Add new question. Once you have all the questions that you want, we will go to publish. And you have to click on the red publish. Now the test has been published, and this is the URL for the test. Also be sure to remember the URL, because if you lose the URL, then there is no way that you can retrieve the URL. So let's go take a look at the test we have created. Student login. You have to enter, the student will enter their name. Let's continue. And this is the test that we made. And it gives instant feedback, as I was saying. And just once they're finished, press log out. Now the teacher can go in and look. Since I made the test and I remember my password, I can go in and look. When I go in, I will go on the reports. And as you can see, it gives me the name of the student that took the test, their score, the time they started, and how long it took them to take the test. This is very good because sometimes students just go through tests without even trying. And this is a way that the teacher can track and make sure that the students are trying their best to take the test. Once you're done with that, we just can go to log out. And here's a sample test that I made just to show you that you can always go back in. We will go to, you will give the students, for example, if you want to give a test on Friday as the end of the week test, you would make sure the students have access to a computer. Then you would give them this URL and they would go to it. And they would put their name in, and go to continue. They would take the test. This is a test, English test. I'm just showing how they can take the test. And once they press submit, it gives instant feedback. So it releases the test and anxiety that some students may have. Well, you know, like when they take a test, it may take the teacher 2 or 3 days to grade the test. This right in turn let the student know what they made as soon as the test get finished. So log out, and the teacher can come back right in, and like I said, look at the test. And now everyone who took the test, grades are coming up. I think this is a good way the teacher can stay organized with their tests, and they also have the data for their tests as to, you know, they may say, well, I think this student rushed through this test. Here's my reason why. If they want to talk to a parent, they have documentation to back them up. Testmoz is, in my opinion, is very easy to use and is very beneficial for the teacher as well as the student. And it worked for grades kindergarten through 12th or even college. And I think with this software and online tool, it relieved the stress of teachers having to have so much papers to grade. All that I recommend that a teacher would do is keep a hard copy of the answer key just in case the question comes up. Well, I think I got this question right. Some teachers do make mistakes, so if the teacher made a mistake and pushed the wrong answer, then everyone who got the answer right with it will automatically count it wrong. So if that problem occurs, the teacher should have a hard copy on hand that they can go back and make that correction. But other than that, I think Testmoz is a great website and very beneficial to all the teachers that will be able to use it. Thanks.